Hi, I'm Chan. So, a year ago, last February, my long term relationship with my ex ended. So, we were almost together 9 years. And so, I've been out of that relationship for a year now. Yeah, and it's been a year. But since then, since just really being on my own and readjusting to a new lifestyle and learning to just learning and growing since then, I've really taken I've taken so much time, dude. So much freaking time to reflect and to just really dissect a lot of our relationship and our dynamic. And it's a lot easier to do that now that I'm, removed from the situation and just outside looking in now, or just because I'm not in it, with all these emotions, all these feelings, and I guess, I don't know, like an outsider, or just because it happened so long ago. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. It's a lot easier for me to see where a lot of my behaviors and mindsets and just tendencies really contributed to, I guess, the downfall, or just contributed to the end of our relationship. So yeah, yeah. Um, so the hardest part of the breakup was just readjusting to a new lifestyle, because our lives are so freaking intertwined. We shared friend circles, we shared hobbies, we would do like basically everything together. We had a workout routine together. We just did pretty much everything together. And even before I moved in with him, we saw each other a lot. We would hang out like almost every day. We would just always be together. And then we moved in, that amplified even more, right? So lives were so intertwined, and that was the hardest part of just after the breakup, really just developing my own sense of self, my own identity, because I feel like because we had spent so much time together, it felt like my life revolved around his, and I was losing my sense of independence, my sense of self, and really just uh, I think I just became very codependent on him, in that, whenever he felt happy, I would be happy, or if he felt sad, I would feel sad too, or I would become, or start to, I would think that I'd be responsible, right, for his feelings, or if something was wrong, like what did I do wrong then, or like what did I do, so I yeah, so my life felt like it just revolved around his, and I lost who I was and just didn't really have a sense of who I was outside of that relationship. So it, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to make decisions really, or choices, or just relied on him a lot, or just wanted him to be happy, and I didn't want to make choices in general, because I was worried or scared he wouldn't be happy with it, so all of this I all of this stemmed from me, essentially, at its core, not loving myself, and me not having healed from a lot of the childhood trauma that I endured as a kid. And so I think because of that, because I didn't love myself, I didn't respect myself, I didn't really honor myself. That's why I became so codependent on him in our relationship. Yeah, I know it's a lot. Um, yeah, I think that's my honest assessment of what I think is a big reason why our relationship ended. And towards the end, I realized that, and I just felt like I really deeply needed to find myself and to just grow to become my own person. So, yeah, it's been a year since then, and I feel like I've just experienced so much self growth and really taken the time to understand what a healthy relationship with myself looks like, and then in turn, how that would lead to a healthy relationship with someone else. So, yeah, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I really, the past few months really just had to learn how to love myself, be comfortable with who I am, really find out who I am and what I want, just really rediscover myself and my passions and be proud of that. And yeah, I am freaking proud of who I am. I love myself and I love doing things by myself. So I've started to, over the past few months, really since the breakup, create a beautiful life for myself, one that I love. And so I operated out of fear in our relationship. I feel like a lot of the time. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all bad, so I'm just kind of just focusing on the not so good. I operated out of fear of getting hurt, fear from my childhood traumas, fear of all of that. And because of me operating out of fear in our relationship, I depended on him a lot to fill a lot of what I was responsible for myself. So for more than his half of our relationship, I expected a lot more from him to fill the whole. I expected a lot more from him, and that, I feel like he just felt obligated to do things that he shouldn't have needed to. And I feel like, and again, this is just my interpretation of all of this. I feel like I just put him in an endless mind fuck of a cycle, right, of mental punishment over and over again for him being responsible for my feelings, my happiness, all that it wasn't his job, right? So I understand that I'm only responsible for myself, my feelings, my happiness, all that. I'm responsible for my half of a relationship. Future partner is responsible for their half, and that's when we come together, respect each other's dreams, hopes, ambitions, and ultimately have fun. And I feel like that's just at its core what a successful relationship really looks like. We acknowledge each other's dreams, come together, create something magical, and have fun. And just keep having fun, So, yeah, I feel like I have a better understanding of who I am. And I'm committed to loving myself more and more each day. And this lifestyle I'm creating for myself, yeah, I'm committed, and I'm really trying to unpack a lot of my childhood trauma so that I don't bring in these things into future relationships, right? So that's that's the best I can do, is just give myself grace. And now that I know I have that responsibility to heal, I have to do that for myself and for, you know, future relationships and all that. And so you live and you learn. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm yapping, but to anyone, if you can relate, or if you can take away from this, is it really does start with the relationship you have with yourself, and that truly impact that at its core dictates how what your behaviors are, your tendencies, how your communication style is, everything. It impacts every aspect of your life. And not only does it impact you and how you live, but, you know, your relationship with others. So, man, it's it's a lot. Also, need to remember to always give myself grace too, right? Because this is the first time really that anyone's just living life as it comes and just tackling these issues. So yeah, giving yourself grace. You know, even though the relationship, even though we went through tough times, and since the breakup it's been a struggle, right? It's really just, or the first few months, man, just grieving and mourning, and it really is a loss, right? Of it's a loss, and it's just completely having to rebuild a new life, right, without this person. So it's been tough. It'll be a roller coaster, right? And everyone's timeline is different on healing, and just on healing, but it does get better with time. And despite all of that, all the struggles, the roller coaster of emotions, grieving, mourning process, I am still thankful that it happened. I think heartbreak is the most powerful thing that can happen to you in terms of your self-growth and self-love. So I'm very happy. I don't know what I was trying to say. Very grateful. I'm very grateful it happened, because I truly haven't experienced this much self-growth in all my life. So even though it's tough, it gets better. It really does.